Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to whoever is listening to my voice currently. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate your time. It's one of the things that God gave us that we can't really get back. We can't turn the clocks back or forward. So, you being here in the present with me is always going to be a gift, first and foremost. My name is The Hypocrite, and this is my project 30 for 30 Poetry of a Negro from 93. Now, disclaimer, this book is a project so dear to my heart, I couldn't even begin to fathom. And just to tell you a little bit about me, I graduated from the University of Delaware. I actually lied. I didn't graduate. I dropped out senior year because I didn't like it. But that's for multiple other reasons. It just wasn't a thing for me. But from there, I started my life and I got away from my art. I have acted and sang and played football and been an entertainer all my life. And this is an attempt for me to be able to reconnect with myself. And hopefully, I'll be able to connect with you at the same time. And what really brought this upon me was the state of the world. Right now, mental health is on the rise. They say it's a silent epidemic. There ain't nothing silent about it. Kids committing suicide. Parents don't know what to say or do. It's just getting real crazy out there. And I think people are missing the point, which is love, first and foremost. So, this story, and these are 30 poems that you're going to get for $30. And in these poems and stories, I am explaining my relationship to love. So, just like how this project healed me, hopefully it heals other people as well. I ended up having a mental breakdown in 2021 that really changed my life and made me want to make mental health poetry. And shout out to Dave Chappelle. You know, he's a goat in his own fashion. I ain't gonna say too much about him because I don't want to bring too much attention to him. But he was a brother that after my mental breakdown changed my life. And one of his speeches that he said on PBS, as far as being a griot, an African storyteller and a historian, and somebody that was a keeper of the messages, I very much define myself as that. So thank you so much for being here. I love you very much. Whoever's listening and know that you got somebody out here that cares about you, somebody that gives a fuck. There's a lot of people that don't care. And sometimes it feels like people want to take advantage of you, but I say let them. Because for whatever reason they're taking advantage of you, they needed it at that time. But it's up to you to not let them have control over you ever. You should never have your validation and the things that you love in life be defined by other people. You should always love yourself first so you can love other people with as much power as you can. And welcome to the project. I know that was a long, drawn out intro. This was improv, and I do want to tell y'all that this is just me talking to you guys from the heart before I start. But welcome to Poetry of a Negro from 93. Hypocrite. I'm such a hypocrite. I twist these words just for my benefit. I'm a true definition of an optimistic pessimist. I'm stretching shit. Dumbass nigga with intelligence. That's how I'm able to fuck your bitch with some elegance, but that's irrelevant. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's irrelevant. But where when I get to spitting, I got something like a speech impediment now. Back to the subject of being repugnant. You hate it, I love it. You love it, I hate it. Can't you tell I'm a little bit jaded? Funny how the truth comes out when a nigga is faded. When I cut you with these words, I make sure the blade is serrated. I dare a bitch ass nigga to try to debate it. I'm a peaceful nigga. But the Lord took a time with his art to make sure I was properly shaded. Think I was your personal barber the way a nigga get faded, though I'm outdated. I'm still looking towards the future. I'm still the nigga, if you need healing shit, I'll be here with a suture. So I love being a hypocritical bitch so I can properly hate myself next time I'm making a switch. Early life. Now, I don't got a lot of memory of my early life, but I knew I was happy. My mom was a nurse. My dad was in the Navy. I really looked up to them in their hard work. I remember always having a dog or two. It's really my spirit animal. I remember being inspired by MJ and started singing after I saw that Thriller video. I remember they always took me and my older brother everywhere. I used to love a good road trip, even if I was asleep most of the time. I remember all the amusement parks. Disney and Universal was one of the favorite go-tos. I remember going to family reunions when your auntie do too much, pinching your cheeks and whatnot. I remember playing video games ever since I was born. My dad and his friends, man, they show no mercy on Tekken, so me and my brother had to get good. Creating my healthy, unhealthy rivalry with my brother. We used to go to bed around 8 or 9 o'clock at night, waiting for 6 a.m. to come so we could play again. Even though my parents were strict and gave a whooping from time to time, I knew they loved me with everything they had. I don't like to remember the arguments between my parents. I remember as I got older, the arguments became more frequent. But seeing my grandparents, I thought it was just part of being married. So I didn't think anything of it at the time. What I don't like to remember is that my dad had a problem being faithful. Or when my mom didn't like her body and got a gastric bypass surgery. I didn't remember getting caught watching porn at a young age, trying to have sex with the neighbor's daughter. When they tried to break down the birds and the bees, they decided to say they were talking about Virginia instead of vagina. As I was coming up, I started realizing that my parents weren't perfect. So I started to perceive things by what they did versus what they said. They did a lot for the family, but not enough to keep the family together. Dramatic divorce. I remember the night. Terrified would be an understatement. I could tell this was their very last fight. The language I heard was unbelievably flagrant. I woke up and my mother was gone. Dad said your mom's on a trip. I knew that it was something wrong. First lesson on taking a hint. A dark and rainy night is when my mother returned. Moving as fast as she could. It was frantic. My dad was my only concern. I don't remember what was said, but his anger, it was romantic. I woke up in a new place and I felt like it was all an illusion. Saddened me to realize that marriage has hit its conclusion. It had to hit its conclusion. First fight. I remember the day of my first fight so clearly. It was one of the best moments of my life. I hold it dearly. It was right after the divorce. Maybe been a couple weeks or whatnot. Just been in the house crying, man, sniffing up snot. My brother and I still confused of the divorce and how to comprehend. Having a family with no cot, 2 chicks and a mother hen. It was hard to adjust from living on a military base in a house to staying somewhere where I'm thinking I'm hearing a roach or a mouse. I'm thinking like, dang, why we gotta stay in a place like this? Living on Romney Street? Man, it smell like piss. This place? It's disgusting. Why I gotta be back home by 6? Why I go from a queen to sleeping in a twin? No Jamie Lannister. Why my mom talking to that man with a grin? Gotta be sinister. I could tell mom was sad about dad. Was a nurse and got stuck driving a cab. Conversations lately was like slowly peeling a scab. When she drank and smoked, man, it pissed me off. Just a tad. Always blaming me and my brother whenever she got mad. Then she wondered why I said, I'm going to stay at dad's bachelor pad. Struck a nerve. Mother got pissed. All of my feelings got dismissed. Guess there are dumb questions, or more like questions you probably should keep to yourself. Because there's always a Santa, and there's always an elf. Mom needed a break. Yeah, I made a mistake. She put my brother and I outside the door and locked it, yelling at her from the other side with words that rhyme with horror. She said, go outside, make some friends, go out and get some air. Man, it seemed a little hypocritical to me, man. This shit ain't fair. You talking air when you got the windows closed while you smoking the chair. You used to take me to the park, say stay out until it's dark. I be trying to get back that spark, but the way you acting now, man, it's a little taut. Well, I knew it wasn't all the time. It was only when she had her wine. She always made sure that we were fine, so I listened this time. Met the kid next door. He was a little hyperactive, but I could tell he was cool. His accent, to me, was a little abstracted, but I understood when he said girls and pool. I noticed there was nothing but black kids just like me. This was nothing like the base. Everyone out as free as can be with no parents around to monitor, not a trace. Interesting enough, oh man, I felt safe. Kid next door was Sam, the man with the plan. Sam, the man with the plan with the accent I didn't understand. Samuel said we need to stick together because the closest pool was on East Side on Johnson Street. At this time, I didn't catch the hint that I may be approaching beef. The Johnson Street projects beef with Romney Street until gentrification happened to the neighborhood, but that's way later though. Started feeling like the reason he wanted me and my brother to go was for protection. I still went with it because he knew people and there was no Google to get directions. Plus, I was trying to see the girls at the pool with the dark complexions. I was okay with him using me for a shield. I was bigger than all the other kids my age. We might not be from the same book and field, but I can tell we was on the same page. I fought with my brother Titi from time to time. Even though he was older, I was bigger. Even with the age gap, victory was mine, so I figured no one could beat us unless they had a trigger. Plus, my mom called one of her friends down the street for my older cousin, not cousin, to meet me and Titi. I remember getting to the pool and thinking to myself, man, this ain't bad at all. With all these girls, man, it made my stick shift, and I was about to stall. Everybody overreacting, talking about this place is dangerous. I had more fun than the base. These kids was hilarious. Felt like I was a part of the crowd, and I got crowded. My visions of my brother became a little shrouded, and Titi and I got so turned around we lost track of each other. No Sam, no cousin, no brother. No payphone to call my mother. Adult Swim! All the kids out. All right, cool. Enough fun. It's time to take it back. Let me find Titi and Sam before the sky get black. I'm tired. It's hot. And I remember looking for Sam and Titi. I got kind of scared. Good thing while I was in the pool, I already pee-pee. Starting to feel my age. So I'm like, F it. Sam would probably dip. Time to get my brother in Scram. We don't make it back by dark. Mom not giving a damn. I then see all the kids gathering on the other side of the pool. I'm like, shit, somebody grabbing a tool. Someone said, it's about to be a fight. Oh man, what a delight. Despite it was about to be night, the perfect way to end a good day, shit, watching my first fight. I was psyched. Little did I know I was about to be yikes. I saw there was a group of boys standing in the middle of the circle, clicked up. And on the other side, it was a head that looked oddly familiar. Fuck! Titi? What could he have done? Why are all those boys surrounding him? I didn't want to, but I pushed my way to the middle to try to talk our way out of it. I didn't know it at the time. But it seemed like the leader who was cussing Titi out was called Froggy, with his homies Keem and Bass, as well as the Johnson Street posse. Silly, but using your government in the hood wasn't cool. You either got a nickname or you earned one. Also kept you safe from the Pope. Titi was frozen when I asked what happened. Then Froggy got to speaking this slang I couldn't completely understand. Gullah Geechee was the dialect I couldn't comprehend. What I could make out was my brother accidentally scratched his face and he wanted to whip his ass. I pleaded in straight bitch nigga fashion. Please let me and my brother go. We just want to go home. He didn't mean it. I felt like nothing I said was getting through to him. He was upset. So upset. He was cussing and yelling and talking hella shit. Little did I know, at the time, I was calling his bluff, but I was young. I was scared. I just wanted to go home. So I swung, letting my fear get the best of me. Usually I would hold back my punches for Titi, but this was different. I didn't feel safe. I knew I had to do something. I had to swing, I told myself, making excuses for my actions. Froggy went down, fell in the pool, and the whole crowd came alive. Titi followed up. Immediately, in brotherly fashion, I started using my weight, throwing people in the pool, guarding my face best as I could. I couldn't see anyone, but I thought to myself, yeah, you got this, just one at a time. As long as me and Titi stick together, we make it out, like an episode of Dragon Ball or Adventure Time. Where's Titi? I was thinking to myself, worried he was getting beat up somewhere. I knew Titi didn't like to fight. I caused this. This is my fault. Then I looked out the fence. All I saw was ass and elbows. I was frozen with so many different emotions. Betrayal being number one. But you can't get emotional in the middle of a brawl. Next thing I saw was a fist to the face, closing my right eye completely. Snapped me back to reality, made me realize this is not an anime. I gave up, curling in the fetal position as the mob took their turns wailing on me until the adults kicked us out of the pool. Then came the second wave of the ass whooping. Worst part about getting jumped? You never know where the next hit is about to come from. You ever had mud in your mouth made from blood and dirt? I didn't run. I probably should have, though. I remember people were watching, laughing, adults passing, letting it happen. No one stepped in, except for this one middle school kid with the braids. He came yelling with that same Geechee accent, telling people to leave me off. It was my cousin, not cousin. Apparently, he lived over on Johnson Street. So they was cool with him, but the damage was already done. I remember my whole body being in agonizing pain. Something that'll never leave my brain. Never again, I said. I remember the anger I felt. I wanted to get them all back. Hard to remember faces when your eyes and lips were swollen and fat. Never again, I said. Don't trust anyone. No one is your friend. Nobody got your back. Not even your bitch-ass brother. You gotta get hard. I called myself a bitch. I wanted them all dead. Rage would be an understatement. My cousin AJ walked me home and told me he knew who jumped me. He said he would help me get him back. I told him I didn't even need no help, just point me in the right direction. I sat in the house for a while, pouting, scared, embarrassed. Only thing on my mind was getting a rematch. Cuzzo came through for me, though. I met Froggy, Keem, and Bass formally. My cuz set up the one-on-one, and I told him I fought all three if need be. I only fought one, and I won the fight. But something was different. Something wasn't right. All the animosity was gone. I didn't even want to fight like halfway through. There was no crowd egging it on. Made me think of how stupid violence was. We all ended up laughing about the whole thing. To be honest, we ended up being cool. They respected me for my grit. Ended up being cool in both neighborhoods just from taking a hit. These ended up being my first group of friends. My niggas. Homie haiku. Loyalty comes first. Fight. Shit talk. Game. Girls. Don't snitch. You a pussy if you cry. Hood Classics. Hood Classics was the education for black youth around my way. As for me, I watched cartoons like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Animal Planet, and the homie Yusuke. When the homies came through, I used to put things on they like because I used to care about what they say. You got Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, Paid in Full, and my favorite was Friday. Mom let us have the chill smart for the homies. We used to watch something every Friday. We used to have debates picking up on different traits of these actors. Interpretation of what's real and fake to the kids, it's what they never factor. Some people wasn't mature enough to learn the lesson. Good thing I had parents to put those movies in perspective. That was a blessing. So when me and my bro was watching hood classes, they was never stressing. Cause if we ever tried to say some of that stuff, we probably see the iron fist and I ain't talking second. But even with great parents, a young man's mind is a sponge for compartmentalization. Being influenced with a sense of right and wrong changed how I view civilization. Still solidified, I gotta be hard to keep other niggas in check. On the positive side, it taught me pride, loyalty, and respect. Taking pride of being a black man just like Lawrence and Pops. No matter what happened, he took care of the family and worked nonstop. Damn, kind of remind me of my Pops. I'm trying to be like Ricky before he got pop. I'm trying to live long enough to be somebody's pop's pop. Loyalty, to never turn on my men, even when they act like Smokey and get you into stuff. Love with loyalty comes with time, and you gotta be like Craig and tell Smokey enough's enough. Take no pride of dying for nothing, trying to call bluffs and talking tough, cause all that tough talk with ruthless niggas, man, it'll get you snuffed. Having you coughing up bullets when you hiccup. When your body goes limp, it makes it hard for you to get picked up. Respect is earned and learned, but not taught. Made me realize why everyone liked the way I fought. Having loyalty, that can never be bought. Having my niggas back to talk it through whenever they got distraught. But what about my thoughts? What about my own integrity? Have I been respecting myself and my own morality? Pointless. And for others' behalf was the reason I fought. Now I really question my mortality. Gave myself a new rationality to cope with my reality. So I'm not a product of dying early like Cain, tragically. Decided I wanted to be like Pop and my pops. I told myself no more senseless violence. I'm trying to make it to the top. By using love and acts of kindness, I knew there would be violent and evil people in life when dealing with others. I wanted to show everyone I was the keeper of brothers. We need to stop killing and using guns on one another. I know that we're trying to promote peace. Excuses are getting in the way. But always remember the lesson I told myself. What would Pop say? Something I always tell myself to get through on a day-to-day. You win some, you lose some. Mother Dearest 1. My mother was a soldier. Not only did she beat stage 3 aggressive lymphoma, she raised 2 big-ass boys in the hood with no chip on her shoulder. After the divorce, Dad was back and forth. It definitely helped out. Really was trying to show me the way. But it wasn't enough when it came down to the day-to-day. Not enough to keep my violent tendencies at bay. Not enough to stop me from being an angry nigga in the hood, beat a nigga ass just because I knew I could. Shit. What you expect? I was bound to be a product of my environment. Thought I was a good little nigga because I stayed away from all that. I ain't no junkie. I ain't no drunk. Only a bitch grab a gat. But I like to fight. Nah, I ain't saying it's right. Shit. I'm the big homie. Fighting was always easy. I just needed an excuse. Strangely funny when you can use your hands just like a noose. My mother always reeled me back in with words of wisdom and patience. Something about that motherly love, you can never replace it. So I promise myself, before God and my mom, I would not inflict violence on another unless the situations call for it. Like if they talked about my mother. Little did I know how hard that promise would be to keep, becoming the perfect example of how talk is cheap. Early idols. Hey, yo, brother Jesse, let me holler at you for a second, man. First and foremost, I want to tell you, I'm trying to run for president just like you. I'm going to do that in 2028. And just letting you know, I've been to the mountaintop, but still I rise. Next thing you know, man, I ended up in Harlem. Soon as I got there, I saw a shawty and asked her how it's going down. She thought I was trying to get jiggy with it. I'm like, nah, I ain't on nothing like that. I'm a gentleman. So let me grab your bag, lady, so I can show you the things I do for love. You can lean on me. I'll be your sunrise on this lovely day. Maybe later, we can go out, dance and always blame it on the boogie. At the turn of night, Mr. Up the Street reminds me about the ballad of the bullet. Took a crazy white boy to remind me that I'm infinite. This soul sister letting me know talking about a revolution sounds like a whisper. started killing them softly. Guess that's why I'm soft spoken now. Knowing God. I grew up in the church. Matter of fact, I used to be Baptist. Before my feelings of the church got besmirched, the Ten Commandments were what I practiced. I used to love reading the Bible, greatest stories, and watch them unfold. Granny used to tell me I was a descendant of Jesus, Joshua, and Job. Following the scripture was the only way to shake the devil's hold. Pastor made me terrified of hell, so I did exactly what I was told. Fear tactics for a child is something I would never recommend. Shout out to Granny to lead me by the example with the commandments of 10. Instead of fear, she used love and education to help me comprehend. It all made me feel like as long as I follow the rules, I can find rest in a lion's den. The fires of hell kept me up at night. Of that, I couldn't pretend. Creating my existential OCD, a part of me that will never end. I may not be a Christian anymore, and with my life I have no regret. But Christianity gave me a sense of morality, one I'd always hold dear and respect. While I lived and loved the projects, Joshua showed me sometimes you have to fight. Never for intimidation, even though I had the might. Made me never complain of my circumstances whenever remembering Job's plight. Fortitude to never fold was something I grasped and held on tight. Christianity has a problem with historical accuracies. They might want to double check. Yeshua never liked religion, and it's not something he was trying to protect. And if you don't believe in God, it'll be something that you sorely regret. When it comes down to the universe and people, it'll make it hard for you to connect. I don't believe in Christianity anymore, but there's always lessons to learn. Of morality and of faith to keep you from being a wreck. If you don't believe in anything, remember the 2 most important commandments from Yeshua, and please don't forget. And you will avoid situations like Abraham and Abimelech. Hypocrites, I cool. Hypocritical is how I describe adults. I do as they say.
Where the love at? Excuse me. Um, excuse me. I'm sorry, but could you help me find where love is? I've been trying to look for it for a while, but well, if you have a moment, can I tell you my story? Well, my parents said after we moved out of the hood to uptown, I would be able to find love with my friends and family, as long as I was a good Christian and do the right thing, no matter what. But I don't know. It just seems like doing the right thing made more people hate me. I told my friends I was done fighting, and they fell off just like flies. Guess I wasn't cool to them anymore. They actually started calling me more names like faggot because I sang in the choir at church. Oh, who can forget FUBU? Fat, ugly, black, and uncomfortable. Or my favorite, B150, black 150%. I never let it bother me. Jesus said this was the process. Because they hated him first, right? Even though he said, I'm not of this world, but I'm still in this world. So what do I do from here? What do I do while I'm here? I try to be nice to girls. I stayed respectful, and I spoke in complete sentences. When asked if they would be my girlfriend, most of them just laughed at me and called me fat. I wasn't a bad boy anymore, but I guess that's what they like, even though they went to church. Most adults and my family showed me love, most of the time, I think. Older folks, they always said I was ahead of my time, with understanding the world, and that I should keep my kind heart. Damn, I felt like Job. I know I'm supposed to not expect anything back, but I wish someone would love me back, or at least be nice. Do you see me? Yeah, you. Or am I a vessel waiting to be with God? Sometimes I feel like I'd be better off dead because I would get to be with God. I cut myself sometimes just to feel pain or anything, I guess. Only reason I don't commit suicide is because they said I would go to hell. Well, guess I gotta be strong like Job. Never let the devil win. Remember? Yeah. Well, if you can't help me find love, that's okay. No, for real. Don't even feel bad, really. You show me that love exists. Some people really just need somebody to listen to. And I appreciate you listening to all that. Well, I know I'm long-winded, and I can be a little bit annoying, but I'll be okay. No, you don't have to worry about me, really, really. I'm tough. maybe, maybe I'll see you again. Guess my journey right now is just supposed to be a lonely one. Thanks for taking the time to listen. It really helped me more than you know.
Grandpa and Granny. My grandparents was a major reason why I made it through the early part of my life. Both were in the Marines and bought a house when they were in their 20s, showing me a strong black example of husband and wife. The love they received came from the love that they gave, which was plenty. I was trying to have old love just like them. I tried to mimic what I saw. I can honestly say they led by example of the Ten Commandments. Never got mad, even when I had a brawl. I used to see and hear how they argued, but the love was never diminished. No matter what was said, it never came from a place of hate. Going to visit was like a vacation from violence, helped my soul replenish. Love like that, let me know if I'm patient, I can really find a mate. I will be here to take care of them with the love that they use to take care of me, even when it comes to their very last day. Thank you, Granny and Grandpa, for the love you instilled in my heart. For this, I could never possibly repay.
Keeping to myself. Mom moved uptown so I could go to better schools with the white folks. Ever since we moved from downtown, I've been spiraling mentally. I really feel alone. I tried keeping up with my friends from downtown, but either their number changed or they don't care to keep up with me. I really hope they're doing all right, though. Even the hood bully. At this point, I'm starting to understand why my mom said it's better not to have any friends. You won't get hurt as much. I know I shouldn't worry about whether people like me but it would be nice. I'm gonna just keep praying. You know what? I'm still young. I mean, I'm only 13 years old. I have my whole life ahead of me. At least we moved closer to Granny's house so I can walk up the street and just give her a call to pick me up. Plus, I still have some close friends over there that I visit sometimes on the weekends. Well, all I need is my dog Kamehameha, Scooby-Doo Plumer, and my CD player, and we can conquer the world. He went with me everywhere. He walked me to the bus stop and met me there every day. Sometimes, I forget he was my best friend. I need to be grateful. Living in a trailer park made me realize it was the hood, just for white people. Just keep to yourself. Go to school, go to church. It'll be okay. Right? Right?
Rap and rap, rhythm, strong, regular, repeated pattern of movement or sound. Poetry, literary work in which special intensity is given to expression of feelings and ideas by the use of a distinctive style and rhythm. Poems, collectively, or as a genre of literature. Blues, melancholic music of Black American folk origin, typically in 12-bar sequence. It developed in the rural southern U.S. toward the end of the 19th century, finding a wider audience in the 1940s as Black people migrated to the cities. This urban blues gave rise to rhythm and blues and rock and roll. Now, pop that pussy and shake that ass while I sip on this lean. The pussy better look like the head of Mr. Clean.
PS2. There was this white boy at the bus stop. He wore sunglasses and gothic pants and never said a word to anyone. But Kame always thought he was cool. I had been taking the bus to Oakbrook Middle School for a while. He reminded me of me, just a little bit. Looked like he was keeping to himself. He always had his headphones in just like me. He had a MP3 looking thing versus my CD player with all my CDs. I never wanted to bother anyone, and I didn't know if he was silent because he didn't like Black people. Always got to be careful talking to white folks. My parents always warned me about being lynched. Well, only way to see was to talk to him. I know I said just keep to myself, but at least we can be bus buddies. Only way to make a friend was to talk. One day, bus was packed. We ended up sitting right next to each other. I thought of the whitest thing I could think of that I watched just to start a conversation. So I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, "Hey, you like Star Wars and Harry Potter?" He laughed with a bit of a chuckle and told me he's never seen either one. How embarrassing. I felt like I asked the white version of watermelon and fried chicken for Black people. He wasn't offended. So I asked a follow-up. Well, what kind of music are you listening to? That was the right question. We hit it off. We had absolutely nothing in common. But it was because of our differences of why we really bonded. He taught me about death metal, like Slipknot and System of a Down, and I taught him about rap and rap. We bonded over feeling like outcasts, and we made it our strength. People try to make fun of us and say that we were gay. We always entertained it by being extremely weird about it. I wrestled with him and taught him how to fight. He taught me how to make a computer from scratch. We always thought of each other as the brawn and the brain. It just switched depending on the situation. We were inseparable, laughing at all the jocks and the cool kids. We ended up being cool just with our dynamics. Gave each other confidence on how to talk to Black people and how I can approach white people. Ended up breaking a lot of the cultural barriers for both of our parents. That warmed everyone's heart. Even my grandma called him her other son. Even when I was ignorant enough to tell him, he reached a point where he can call me the N-word. He felt offended and told me that because of his family and how they used the word, he would never be comfortable ever calling me that. He asked if I actually would refrain from saying it. He had more respect for me than I had myself. But the word nigga, for me, was always a term of family. I never saw it as a negative. Being my nigga meant we would never fold on each other till death do us part. I never said it around him. But he would always be my nigga. The Lord answered my prayer. Finally, somebody that was truly my friend. Didn't expect me to fight. He loved me unconditionally. We both didn't feel alone anymore. Who would have known? A white boy would be my first BFF.
Mother dearest, too. I was a pretty good kid trying to make a pretty big switch. Unfortunately, being anti-violent in the hood make you look like a pretty big bitch. But being a big homie, everywhere I went was always an invitation for violent tendencies. No amount of church charities or full sentence would change how people remember me. After you make a name for yourself as a nigga who fights, it'll make people second guess you as long as the timing was right. People tend to be distant or try to antagonize you on the regular. Gave me a tendency to talk shit. New definition of being regular. I learned very quick, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words could never hurt me. You know what my nickname was growing up? B150, black 150%, FUBU, fat, ugly, black, and uncomfortable. I was darker than anyone else at school. They used to call me African Shaka Zulu. This was a time before I could be a dick and send him a documentary from Hulu. But here comes mom again telling me, them little nigglets is jealous. Some of those nigglets don't even know they dad. They just being rebellious. She said, be proud of your melanin. And when you get older, you'll be surprised all the coochie you be swimming in. I would be an anomaly, and all the girls would admire me, she told me. Love, just be patient. Sometimes I forget she was a nurse and I felt like one of her patients. So I took the name and I made it my own. One of the lessons I wanted to show my mother how much I had grown. So I claimed the other names and what happened was wicked. Using their words against them. Oh man, that was always the ticket. Using reverse psychology at a young age. Sky's the limit. It was funny to me. I was looking to see what they say next. PB Soldier was my favorite. Nah, for real. I call it the best. I even left it at a signature when I was leaving the text. Someone tried to rob me. I had peanut butter in my pocket and it saved my life. It was a hilarious story to tell. Good thing I knew how to fight. Lesson well learned. Good thing I got off light. But next time, don't let nobody get that close. They might be hiding a knife. No one really believed it, but it happened. So I claimed it. Now that words have become irrelevant, I knew people were offended by words, so I'm well equipped. So I'm gonna twist these words just for my benefit. Make sure you look like a clown and make it evident. Make sure nobody's around and ain't no evidence. Wasn't nothing to come up with a lie when my mom asked was being celibate. So I can say what I want. I'm a bitch ass nigga. I got it figured out. But this line of thinking, it made me pay later. And I'm telling you, it was a big amount. This was when I started to go down the road of talking violent to people. The smarter I thought I was, I started seeing other humans as unequal. Not knowing the verbal trauma I spread, I would just be somebody's sequel. Started being witty, then quickly ended up being a smartass. Long as I don't snitch, keep to myself, shit, I get a hall pass. Homie in class changed the thermostat. Yeah, I saw it. But I ain't got nothing to do with that. Teacher got to yelling. Man, this bitch really went on an attack, trying to belittle me in front of the class, so fuck it. I'm shooting back. How you the teacher and you jumping the gun and don't even got the facts? If we was in the street speaking, bitch, you would have already been slapped. Wish I knew future slang so I could have told that hoe no cap. Called her a liar in front of the class and only used for her lips, should be kissing my ass. Unfortunately, when you let your mouth run like that to the teacher, you don't get a pass. Dumb ass nigga with intelligence. Here comes mama again to bail me out. Taking off from work again just because I was running my mouth. In front of the teacher, she defended me. But being kicked out of 3 or 4 schools prior didn't look that good to me. I was the only person to blame because I thought I knew the game. Unfortunately, my pride wouldn't allow me to be ashamed. They couldn't expel me. Not quite yet. So they put me in different classes to keep my temper in check. With all the rejects, or at least so I thought. But there was something comforting and knowing that all these niggas fought. So when it came down to making friends with them, man, I felt like I was well equipped at that school. They was just simply my niggas. I was there to console them whenever their problems got bigger. There was something about being a big peaceful nigga that I was starting to like. No reason for me to have to get in a fight. Unfortunately, I didn't take it into account to people talking shit when they're white. X marks the spot. Another school down. This is where I started to lose my mother. She was working 3 jobs, had one hell of a drinking habit, had drinks on a surveyor belt, and a kid that couldn't act right. My dad asked me, "Son, do you want to come live with me?" I almost said kiss my ass. I ain't leaving my mom, but I knew I wanted a fresh start, doing things the right way, when nobody saw me as violent. And I didn't want to cause my mom any more problems or pain. Then began my story in Camden County, GA. Pop's discipline. I knew that Dad's house came with a different set of rules. Trying to show me how to become a man, he gave me a set of tools. If I follow his lead, I would never be a fool. First off, stop being a class clown and worrying about being cool. Told me my responsibility was God, family, and school. But while I stayed under his roof, I had to switch the order. Understood I couldn't make a family until I got a little older. So the responsibility for family was all on his shoulders. He let me know I have to put my past behind me. While I was under his roof, use it for my soul to find. Thing is, when he asked me what I wanted to be, nothing came to mind. My dad was tough, but he showed me how to channel my anger. Damn sure it wouldn't be a simpleton. Everyone don't have a pops. I'm glad I had mine to show me discipline. Finding self. I've been just following what the adults told me to do. Never really thought about what to do for me. Well, I know I want to sing. Mom would like that. We spent so much time practicing. I've been singing in the choir, but I'm choosing the world over gospel. I know I have to learn music in order to sing professionally, so I guess I'll join the choir at school. Dad said it was either work or play a sport. A lifetime with the man was never my plan. All the adults looking miserable at their jobs. But don't girls like a working man with some money? The girls like basketball and football, but Paul, he would clown me if I became a jock, which left me with a job. But I'll make sure to stand up to the typical jocks. I'll stand up to the bullies for the nerd. I don't really care about being popular, but I would like a girlfriend. Not the ones who just want to remain friends and then later ask for a hookup with one of my friends. Dad, he don't beat me no more, 'cause I'm grown. But I better keep my grades up so I don't have to be on punishment. I hate school. Man, that shit's so fucking boring. And the teachers are lame as fuck. I might not know what I want to be right now, but I'll start with fine arts and see how it goes. Hoping I find myself along the way. Here we are, first day of school. Man, who gets switched over in the middle of 8th grade? So I know I'm gonna be the outcast. I came ready for the jokes and people calling me gay or whatever. Oh man, I can't wait. I remember getting to the middle school and people were looking at me, pointing, whispering, guys and girls. I'm like, damn, that was quick. It's cool though, it's not about them. While I was in the principal's office, my anxiety was through the roof. Knowing I was heading to my first class, before the paperwork was done, something happened. 2 gentlemen came in the office to welcome me and my dad. They welcomed me to the school, asked my father if I wanted to join football team. I remember thinking, oh man, nobody ever asked me to do anything or even play football like that. Most teachers looked at me like I was enemy number one, but these guys were excited. I guess I had the size for it. I kindly declined. I told them I really wanted to sing in the choir. They looked discouraged, but told me to think about it. I finally get into school, and all the students looked at me like I was an anomaly. But when they talked, it was like they admired me. Some of the kids asked if I was coming to play football because the team was great. Middle and high school always seemed like they made it to state. I was embarrassed to say no, but nobody judged me. Nobody made fun of me for saying that I wanted to sing. None of the jocks even called me a faggot or anything. I remember feeling bad of being distant because of my insecurities. The girls really liked my Geechee accent. Then another coach came to my math class and pulled me into the hallway. He asked again, "Why not come and see how you like it?" I kindly declined. But still, I thought, God, is this a sign? I don't even like sports like that. I think it's lame as fuck. Nah. Choir class and the teacher loved me. They love to see another gentleman in the front. She said they've been dying to get some more guys in class. Man, moving to Georgia, it's turning out to be great. These people really like me. If I didn't want to be seen as weak, I would have cried. Third time's the charm. While I sang in choir class, now there were three coaches at the door, all talking about having my college paid for. I never thought about college, but I knew my professional singing dreams needed it. I'm like, these guys don't let up. I was nervous to say no to all three. So I told them, hey, look, I will come to see as long as I get to still sing in the choir and all my acting events. You have to know that my art comes first. Then I made a deal that forever changed my life. Finally making a decision for me. First time I felt wanted by anyone other than family. My first day at practice, boy, was it legendary. I was a natural with zero technique or lifting experience like the other kids. I made the first three plays before they started running the ball in the other directions. I guess all that lawn mowing, fighting, and running from bullets and cops paid off. I found me. I found something that I was good at. Suddenly, I was the popular kid, and I wasn't even trying to. I lost the thoughts about ending my life. The kindness and the love that dwelled in that small town changed my heart. This was a turning point. I knew the Lord had a plan. Just be patient. I am a descendant of fine arts, football. Man, what a pair. Really saved my life. Puppy love. Is this love? Man, I couldn't believe all the attention I was getting from all of the ladies. Every week I told my mom, she was like, I told you, baby. You would think that I pulled up in a brand new Mercedes, had a white girl ask me out. Man, she was really sweet. Even though we got to know each other only for a week, having a white girl approach me made me think this was Halloween. Had me out there thinking, is this a trick or treat? We had the same birthday and sang next to each other in class. Never wanted to decline anyone, but I had to get Shawty a pass. I always wanted someone that would understand my past. And no shade, but she had no ass. Unfortunately, I was young and stupid, not seeing the beauty in all races. Watching all that porn gave me a false perspective. If you date a white girl in the black community, they start to make faces. They didn't even have to say a word, but I understood even though they said it's not racist. There was one girl that always looked my way. Even when she was with her white boyfriend, she looked like she had something to say. But I never wanted to overstep on that relationship. Can't mess with love. There will always be something to pay. All the black kids said she only liked white boys. Sure sounded like a challenge to me. They used to call me Black White Boy, so I understood that using full sentences came with a fee. I'll be patient. If they break up, I'll try to slide it a D like a proper gentleman. We had one class together, and she never started a conversation. At this point, approaching girls was the only thing out of my element. Saw her in the gym, sitting by herself. Now I was like, it's time for infiltration. She was so smart and strong willed, just like my mother. The white and black thing was understood. She was using it just like a cover. She just wanted a man to respect her no matter the color. She was more mature than me. She really didn't see color or care about what others thought. Really had the heart that could never be bought. Really made me feel like a bitch for caring what people think about being with a white girl. Paul would have been disappointed. She was out of my league, I thought. I didn't even try to pursue that. I ended the conversation. To my surprise, she got my number from one of my friends and called me up the next day, telling me that I forgot to ask for her number the other day. She informed me that unfortunately she had an unfortunate breakup. We both laughed. The more I found out, the more I knew this was going to be my future wife. Lord put her in front of me, and I got to do her right. We bonded over our trauma. She lived in the hood too, sharing stories on how we used to fight and go into church just to make it through. She was the only one that knew about my past. We were truly in love. I had everything from God that I asked for. We were inseparable. We held hands going to class. We got in trouble having phone sex on the house phone. I got grounded for a whole summer leading up to high school. We weren't allowed to talk anymore, but we didn't let it stop us from seeing each other. We ended up being together all through high school. We pushed each other towards our dreams, talked about life and a family. Unfortunately, when you bond over trauma, you might not be aware of the toxic signs because you're blinded by love. She kept hurting me, and she knew I would come back. But we always told each other we knew we were supposed to be forever. We said no matter what, we were supposed to get married. Too ignorant to see or accept some things just don't go your way, no matter how much love you put into it.
Fine arts and football. Failure is key. First or last, one and the same. Practice till it hurts.
Some things don't go your way. Lord bless me with an opportunity to spread love and be a symbol of unity. I can honestly say that people in my life really love me, but I still felt like something was off. They tell me sky's the limit, but when I complain about what I want, I'm told just to be grateful for what I have. You have everything people would dream of, they said, but none of anything that they was telling me was anything that I ever dreamed about. Am I really spreading peace in this world, void of it? How much of myself do I give to others? Well, I know I'm not going to be a fucking sellout, no matter what. Don't let the money change you. You're about to graduate high school. Got to start making decisions. You may not have the high school sweetheart that you wanted to marry. You may only have 2 championship rings instead of 4. You might not have gotten that full scholarship you wanted for acting. Some of your friends from back in the hood might not be alive anymore. You couldn't keep Paul from dropping out. You couldn't even keep your mom from drinking and smoking. You might have lost Kame because he was looking for you when you left South Carolina. But you got to push. Started to understand what my coaches meant when we got cheated in our last game. No matter the proof. When becoming a man, you have to be okay when things don't go your way. But I'm a sore fucking loser, man. Especially if I feel like I'm losing in life. Do it for your folks. High school, the end of another chapter. College was the next step on a full ride scholarship. Me and K-Bay may not have happily ever after. We still knew we loved each other. Took maturity to have that acknowledgement. Oprah in 2012 voted us the town of love in the USA. I can honestly say that this small football town made me an example. They cultivated my love for fine arts and sports in a healthy way. Wanted to show the world that I was a sample. This town showed me I didn't have to resort to violence. Honestly say I never went into a fight and relapse at this time. Only showed them my love and kindness. Push all my traumas to the back of my mind. It wasn't easy to get here. Sure did break a couple yokes. I was proud to go out into the world and said that I do it for my folks. Still looking for love. Still looking for love. Freshman year equals ain't shit nigga phase. Freshman year was fun under the sun. Glad we had plan B to keep us from having the early sun. Trauma from taking the pill for women I didn't realize at first was as heavy as a ton. I guess I'll just stick to wearing condoms. After K-Bay broke my heart, I know now I was bitter. Wilding out having sex with everyone just to try to make myself feel better. I should have known better than to give my love out all willy-nilly. Not having a bond and having sex without getting paid is honestly silly. Told myself, now, to start looking for wifey material, watching Saturday cartoons just to have a bowl of cereal. Someone I can bond with trauma without the delirium. The way I was to be invested, you would think that I was trading Ethereum. May be a bit misogynistic. I made a list and I tried to be realistic. Thinking of females that I haven't already tasted their lipstick. At the top of the list was a shawty I met summer session and played basketball. Still a little racist. I liked her because she was black and tall. What stood out most? Man, she was really strong. We built a relationship as friends, and we always used to chill. A student athlete as well. Think of the children that we can build with the swag that I would instill. Unfortunately, she didn't think I was serious. She kind of laughed at me, thought I was being delirious, acting like we didn't live in the same dorm, looking at the women coming out of my room day to day. She kindly replied, no, to my 8-page text, thinking that I was just trying to hit her up just to have some sex. We still remain close. Okay. I'm not going to look for love anymore. I'm going to just let love come to me. I had a great friend system. Not like the other ones that just want to ride your coattail for free. When you were a football player in college, unfortunately, some people only saw money. I wasn't ashamed of playing ball. I wasn't ashamed of playing ball. I love my art and my craft. I was really good. But next girl I holler at, I would not bring it up. Just so I know the intentions and that we were understood. I was more than just a football player. I minored in theater and interpersonal communications. I just wanted someone to love me without the athlete stigmatization. Then I met Mac, sophomore year. What a beautiful soul. Never been a fight in her life. When we hugged, man, did she held on tight. Who would have known I found true love in a girl that was white? Unlike Kay, this love wasn't on how much we could take from each other. It was how much we could give. We dated for 4 months, no sexual transaction. I was gonna marry this girl for love, peace, and compassion. We fed each other in a healthy way. This way was true satisfaction. We paid no mind to all the looks and stares and outside reactions. Unfortunately, I was young and stupid, not being disciplined enough to keep my match from Cupid. All that ain't shit nigga activity, man, it caught up to me. Damn, you just like your fucking dad. You hypocritical piece of shit. It was only one time. Every one of my friends said to keep it to myself. My interpersonal communication teacher told me that I should keep it to myself. Ignorantly, foolishly, to make myself feel better, I told her of my transgressions. I should have been ready to have a therapist because we needed a session. Passing on the trauma that was done to me. We tried to stick it out, and we couldn't recoup. The anxiety that I brought day to day to see her distraught. We started to have arguments and fought. My parents and Kay was what I thought. Unfortunately, my interpersonal communication professor was right. No matter how I tried to make it right, without proper therapy, we couldn't overcome the plight. I never broke up with someone before. I was usually on the opposite end. I saw where it was headed and I couldn't pretend. I don't know if she understood, but I was trying to save our relationship as a friend. For what I have done, oh shit, I couldn't amend. Being selfish even though she begged and pleaded. Being misogynistic, I thought I knew what she needed. I saw the relationship. Even as friends, she was completely defeated. I was ignorant. I went from being the first to being the worst. She told me she never wanted to speak to me again, even as a friend. I was friends with all my exes. This was something I couldn't comprehend. Cheating was the worst feeling on both sides of the coin. You can be on the opposite end depending on how the coins flip. People on the outside of the relationship, they just saw it as some tea to sip. Worst thing about being a cheater is the chance that you would never be forgiven. Lesson learned. Man, I'm done looking for love. Hey, there goes the basketball gal in Tremont. Man, I haven't seen her in a while, other than from the stands of the court. I still went to her games and she went to mine. The friendship was preserved greatly. It was like fine wine. I told her I got out of something. We both never rushed into anything. We took it real slow. Oh man, what do you know? Man, we started to grow, finding each other's flow, boosting each other up whenever we felt low. The type of trauma we bonded, only D1 athletes would know. Might not believe in God anymore, but God or the universe has a funny sense of humor. Glad she told me no in the past. Had a lot of growing, being immature, and grabbing ass. The Lord gave me a gift. She was my first choice and my last. College athlete life. Mental fucking trauma. Beat your dumb ass down just enough so we could be the perfect fucking slave. This fucked up fucking system we call America, this American history they teach in high school is some bullshit. We need to be learning about world history. Fuck racism. Y'all need to be worried about these fucking rich fucks, pricks. Don't get shot up or die for this bullshit. Fuck the American dream, man. It's fucking fake. All these fucking people are fake as shit. All they see is fucking dollar signs. You big, dumb, fat, goofy ass bitch. You fell for it. You will not be working for your dream. They're farming your bitch ass. You are a fucking joke. A fucking sellout. A piece of shit. There is so much fucking blood on your hands. I was a good Mandingo fighter. You like me fighting all my niggas, don't you? You got your fucking laughs. Haha. Y'all some fucking funny guys. Laugh it up, dumb fucking sluts. Using me the same way you use fighters in Rome, just enough to distract these fucking idiots watching from the not making you realize that they're the real problems. Everyone is fake as fuck. Just wants to ride your fucking coattail to stardom. There's too many people dying. My family, my friends are dying back home. My mom is fucking dying. My family and my friends are dying back home. My mom is fucking dying. There are people in the world getting decapitated with fucking machetes and getting fed to their kids, their parents. How can I be so fucking smart and so goddamn stupid? Dumb ass fucking nigga with intelligence. God doesn't fucking exist. You've been lied to all your fucking life. You're worthless. You're a piece of shit. You should crawl your fat, useless ass in a fucking hole and die. Fuck you, God. I spit on you, you ugly, stupid fuck. Too bad all these words are just in my head. Whenever the teachers, whenever the people would ask me, this is what I would say. They say, how is college, being a college athlete? Number one question from foreign students was whether all black people had guns. Second would be about racism in the South. Culture shock would be an understatement. I highly recommend you only go to college and get into that amount of debt only if you absolutely need to. Because in life, it doesn't even matter all the statistics, does it? 70% who don't go end up working in the fields. But I'll never say it out loud. Just do it for your folks. Walk across the stage, get some pussy, you'll be all right. Just keep smiling. Not everything is gonna go your way. Still great. And I'm still grateful for the opportunity.
Corporate America. Your exemplary employee surpassed any typical assumption of an encounter with a rental agency, or any sales force of that matter. His position entails salesmanship, but he is not just a salesman. From a short encounter of only a few minutes, his means of conveyance for empathy and passion for his clientele immediately disrupts the boundaries between a customer and a salesman. To a smooth acquaintance and beyond friendly demeanor, this in turn defied an initial shrug of hassle, and in the most important outcome, unexpected, was a total relief of upselling or monetary bullying. This gentleman, within a matter of 30 minutes, totally uplifted my mood alongside providing a seamless experience.
5 years of quality service. Sell $5 million worth of product in a year? Oh man, you better be happy you get 100,000. Nothing but 5-star reviews. Leader of employment development, marketing, account receivables, bookkeeping, retention. Oh, thank you so much for helping me keep the lights on. Yeah, climb that corporate dick. Excuse me, my mom is sick, and I need to go back home and take care of her. I appreciate the opportunity, but I have the proper qualifications to get a transfer. I know it's the pandemic, and y'all need all the workers you can get, but I need to go home ASAP.
Well, could you stay at least until, I don't know, until we're properly staffed?
Nah, there have been plenty of times where I work without the proper staff. I know you guys will be all right. Put my transfer in, please. Well,
Well, it takes some time to transfer, so just keep working and we'll let you know when the other branch will accept you.
later.
Hey, uh, how's that transfer coming?
Yeah, we're still working on it. We're waiting to hear back from the new branch. They're taking their time. Please give us some patience.
Okay, well, please let me know as soon as you hear something.
A month later.
Hey, I haven't heard back from you guys in a while. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we still haven't heard back. Man, you sure you want to transfer? They're so unprofessional over there. I'm pretty sure your mom would understand you're trying to keep your career intact.
Thanks for your time. Please let me know ASAP. Excuse me. I'm calling from the branch in the DMV area. Yeah, how are you? I was calling in reference to my transfer. I got promoted to assistant manager in the first 6 months of being with the company, made record profits at multiple branches, worked with limited staffing, and still had excellent customer service. Just wondering who would be more qualified than me and why is it taking so long? I should have heard back a little while ago. It's been about 2 weeks for a transfer, and it's only already been a month. Oh, I apologize. You've never heard my name before, and you haven't received my paperwork? You would love to have me. I'll be there at the end of the week. Thank you for the opportunity. Hey, excuse me. It says in our handbook I'm supposed to get assistance with moving costs when transferring from another branch out of the state. Also states that when taking care of a sick relative, I should be allowed to get some more PTO. Oh, so because I made a transfer myself, it doesn't apply. Oh, so it's only if I have power of attorney. Why do I need power of attorney for my fucking mother? I apologize for my language, but she birthed me. Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Hey, we know your mother's sick, and how's she doing? Is she okay?
She's dying.
Yeah, well, you don't have any more PTO, and you're almost at capacity of the days you can miss. We would hate to have to document your absences, but we gotta run a business. Nothing personal, though.
Mother died. Hey, just leaving another voicemail. We know your mother passed. Condolences from the team. We keep you lifted in prayer. You only have 3 more days of no call, no show, and we'll have to terminate you for employment. We have to terminate your employment. Hold on, I'm gonna go back on that. Mother died.
Hey, we're just leaving another voicemail. We know your mother passed recently, and condolences from the team. We really keep you lifted in prayer. You only have 3 more days of no call, no show, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to terminate your employment. No offense. We just need someone that is more reliable, that can have the proper time to give the work and the business what it needs. But we just want you to know that we care, and we hope you feel better.
Yeah, thanks for nutting on my face and mouth. I'm thankful for the opportunity. It really tastes good. That good old nut on your face. Cum shot, you fucking whore. That good old corporate nut. I heard it's good for moisturizing your skin. Hey, what can you do? You gotta work, right?
Hey, welcome to this establishment. How can I suck your dick today? Deep throat, sloppy toppy, anal?
Anal? Man, that's where I draw the fucking line. How dare you try to fuck me? There will be no amount of fucking money that'll allow you to fuck me. If I cared about money that much, I would have been fucked by the NFL. At least I would have been able to buy the house in cash. Maybe fucking OD on some coke, turning my brain into mush while I get concussions, beat my wife's ass because I can't handle my trauma. When you get money, and when you got money, you could be like Ben or OJ. Nobody says a fucking peep. Unless you take a knee, All you fucks care about is money. I might suck a good fucking dick, but I ain't no fucking sellout. I'll go suck some dick somewhere else until I can make it on my own. I'm done with this shit. Once you in the system, it's hard to be seen anything other than a good mouth. Saying you don't want to suck dick anymore sounds crazy when that's all they bred you to do in life. The American dream. Man, I just went with it. Swallowed without question. Never again, I said. Putting all your eggs in a basket that was never yours in the first place. Realizing you should have never had those baby chicks in the basket in the first place. But at least I know better now. Instead of letting others fry your yolks and consume, I'll raise these last couple eggs to become beautiful hens, pasture raised, giving them a proper life and death. At least I know I gave them a chance. Growing pains. So I'm going to try to explain to you what a mental breakdown looks like. You ever go between thinking about killing yourself or killing a large amount of people? You ever smoke marijuana until your throat hurts and still not laugh at anything? You ever not laugh for a full year when you're usually the one telling jokes? You ever been the life of the party to ended up just being a life at the party? You ever have people that told you after your mother passed, let her death go, she would want you to be happy, which were the same people that never came around and never seen for years while she was in her depression? Try to tell you what she would have thought. They try to tell you what she would have thought and how proud she would have been of me. But they never had a conversation with her since she was 14. Neuroplasticity in epigenetics. Google definition: PTSD. A disorder in which a person has difficulty recovering after an experience or witnessing a terrifying event. The condition may last months or even years, with triggers that can bring back memories of the trauma accompanied by intense emotional and physical reaction. Symptoms may include nightmares or unwanted memories of trauma, avoidance of situations that bring back memories of trauma, heightened reactions, anxiety, or depressed mood. Behavioral: agitation, irritability, hostility, hypervigilance, self-destructive behavior, or social isolation, psychological, flashback, fear, severe anxiety or mistrust. Mood: loss of interest or pleasures in activities, guilt or loneliness, sleep, insomnia, or nightmares. Bipolar disorder: a disorder associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive lows and manic highs. The exact cause of bipolar disorder isn't known, but a combination of genetics, environment, and altered brain structure and chemistry may play a role. Manic episodes may include symptoms such as high energy, reduced need for sleep, and loss of touch with reality. Depressive episodes may include symptoms such as low energy, low motivation, and loss of interest in daily activities. Mood episodes last days to even months at a time and may be associated with suicidal thoughts. ADHD, a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. ADHD often begins in childhood and can persist into adulthood. It may contribute to low self-esteem, troubled relationships, and difficulty at school or work. Behavioral: aggression, excitability, fidgeting, hyperactivity, impulsivity, irritability, lack of restraint, or persistent repetition of words or actions. Cognitive: absent-mindedness, difficulty focusing, forgetfulness, problem paying attention, or short attention span, mood, anger, anxiety, boredom, excitement, or mood swings. Also common, depression or learning of disabilities. Existential OCD. Existential OCD involves intrusive, repetitive thinking about questions which cannot possibly be answered, and which may philosophical or frightening in nature, or both. The question usually revolves around the meaning, purpose, or reality of life, or existence of the universe, or even one's own existence. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Neuroplasticity allows the neurons, the nerve cells, in the brain to compensate for injury and disease, to adjust their activities to respond to new situations or to change in their environment. Epigenetics is the study of how behaviors and environment can cause change that affect the way your genes work. Unlike genetic changes, epigenetic changes are reversible and do not change your DNA sequence, but they can change how your body reads the DNA sequence. Proposed mechanisms, models by which epigenetics changes can influence neuroplasticity. Active demethylation, I don't even know what that word is. You can keep that in there. Of DNA leads to the increases in gene expression, which promotes plasticity. Shifts in the histone and the acetylation, that's acetylatation, may increase or decrease the transcription of specific growth factors. My definition, PTSD. I got some shit in my past that wasn't cool, so I put it in the back of my mind called a cerebellum. And when you put that in the back of your mind, when the front, where the cerebral cortex is at, it be overloaded. So I be getting anxious. Bipolar disorder. Man, my brain, how I understand it, it thinks in extreme highs and extreme lows. Either I'm really happy or really sad to protect myself. Like there's no in between. It's just a little extreme. And it's hard for me to find an in between. And I'm still working on it. But basically, I'm an optimistic pessimist. ADHD. My brain is so active. When you give me one subject, I can relate it to the universe, then get off topic. Like I could break down why a slave owner and a slave is the same person. Talk about Ye and Kim, then Kim Jong-un, then Russia, then Africa, then Shaka from Africa, then move to Winnie Mandela, then Steve Biko with apartheid, Black Panther Party, then Dr. King, then Jesus, then Yeshua, but like I do by myself over and over and over and over again. So I have to oversimplify things to get concepts. So to keep my mind from wondering, what was I talking about again? I'm sorry. I'm really simple-minded. It's okay if you interrupt me though. Like you can stop me like anytime you want. Before I get off topic. Existential OCD. I'm an atheist. That's an undercover Christian, Buddhist, voodoo, Muslim, and spiritual motherfucker. While I was in Southern Virginia Mental Health Institute, they explained to me how neglectful I was with my brain. They explained to me how much of a dumbass I was and how much of a dumbass nigga I was. They didn't say that. That's just how I felt. They explained to me how a dumbass nigga with intelligence could understand really simply. And the doctor talked to me sort of like this. He said, you used to play football, right? College level? Oh yeah, I did, man, for real. Well, what did you do to stay in shape? Well, I worked out. Well, tell me specifically, what did you do when you work out? Well, we used to stretch and lift in the morning, and we used to have recovery after. And then I used to go to class. I only ate the best stuff for your body because your body was a temple. They was paying me for it at the time. 50% vegetables, have a lean meat, almost no pork, and I try to stay away from starches when I can. I don't even drink soda like at all, like except on special occasions. And I don't drink alcohol at all. Then we would do treatment before practice. Go out and hit, then have treatment after practice. Sounds like you took pride in taking care of your body. Yeah, I used to. I used to be the strongest in the weight room too. I started all 4 years in college. Now, more specifically, what made you strong in the weight room? My muscles? What if I told you your brain was a muscle? Would you explain how to take care of it? Um, I mean, I try to stay up with politics and listen to some audiobooks, but I haven't really thought about it though. What if I told you I was a coach and I'm trying to make your brain a D1 athlete in regards to your routines? Man, I'm not taking no fucking pills. I ain't really with all that shit, man. Did you take pills when you were an athlete? Nah. Then why did you think that I was gonna give you some? Well, I don't know. Well, doesn't it bother you that I know and you don't? Yes. I am a doctor. I do have to warn you. Medicine will help you recover faster, and most people in your position cannot survive without it. You get into a routine, I can't make you take anything at all. But I do highly recommend if you take this route, I'm going to have to push you. I will be rerunning things that are traumatic for you. And no matter how much I press your buttons, if I see one sign of digression, I will have to put you on medication. And you will have to sit here until we figure out something for you. A challenge. Haven't had one of those in a while. I tell you, my dad had a gambling habit. So do I. Me too. Unfortunately. And fortunately. I always bet on myself. Only pill they gave me was one to help me sleep. I went from feeling like I was in a prison to feeling like I was at home. I replenished my gray matter. I made a routine for my brain that made me address my traumas in life one by one. Thank the Lord there's some smart motherfuckers that could help me learn how to love myself completely. I thought my purpose was to put my mind, body, and soul into others, but I was only half right. I was neglecting myself and my needs. I was putting my body on the line, not addressing the mental fortitude I had to build up just to weather the storm. I thought since I had 2 high school championships, acted with people and that been on Broadway and turned down the NFL, started all 4 years in college as a D1 athlete, got a wife, got a house, living comfortable. Unfortunately, being comfortable makes you lazy. I stopped pushing myself. And I let other people's opinions make me think I was happy. I in the reality, I was pissed. And I didn't want to address it because I didn't want to be seen like an angry nigga. Plus not working out never allowed me to have a physical release either. Now, to think about it, I was a fucking mess. I still am. People define themselves based off of others' curricula. I can truly say that I have truly defined myself in a healthy way. It was only through an extremely traumatic loss that made me realize how neglectful I've been to myself. And I found out who I really was. I'm the nigga who lost his fucking mind and never hurt a soul physically. I love me. I might be a narcissist, but I'm a bitch ass, real ass nigga. My definition of epigenetics and neuroplasticity equals self love. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the end of the book. True love. Here comes the advertisements. Sorry, guys, this is part of it. In order for me to make money, you guys gotta like and subscribe and all that bullshit. So let me run my advertisements and I'm gonna let you go. All right. Teach a man how to fish. This the homie hookup. This that cheat sheet. This the answer key you found 2 hours before the test. I ain't raising no dumbass niggas. I don't know if y'all niggas even know what love is. I done explained it in all these poems. I've been giving you my mind, body, and soul this whole time. Do you even get it? This was a case study project. I told you this was interactive. There were 30 poems. Tell me what you learned. Did I teach you my definition of love? Do you think I love you? Don't be a fucking weirdo. Love doesn't mean I'm trying to fuck. I gave you the answer already. Don't you remember? Go back to the text. Dang. Maybe I'm not loving you the right way. My bad, my bad. But teacher, gotta give you the answer key. So I'll help you. Corinthians 13, chapter 1 through 13. But also, remember, Jesus replied, love yourself, which is to love God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these 2 commandments. Man, damn, I'm just long-winded, just like my mama. Oh, now do you get it? Do you get it yet? Do I need to white face? Do I need to tap chance and wear a kente clause? Or, oh, you don't like my book? Well, fuck you, you bitch ass nigga. I didn't ask you anyways. But thanks for reading. It's still meant a lot to me. Oh, if you don't like my book, maybe we're just not speaking the same language. Could you show me how to love properly? I know I insist on my own way, but I'm hard-headed, but I'm willing to learn. If you really found no value in this book, I'll make another. Just like they did Sonic. Sorry, I missed the mark. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'm willing to act, dance, and sing. Sorry, I don't have a degree on love, but this is my only option to spread it. Not unless you got a better way. Then shit, I really am willing to learn. Please show me how it's done properly. Really, go ahead, show me. I'll wait for your response. But for the people that do understand the love that I have for them, show me. Speak my language. Write 30 poems in 30 days. Get off of social media for 30 days. Some shit, fuck it. Get out of technology for 30 days and just write for yourself, for your mind, for your neuroplasticity. I wrote 30 poems so I could ask you to do something for me. I really want to make a time capsule for the next generation for when I die. I know they're going to have their own problems too, and before I die, I want to collect at least 100 poems from some bitch-ass real-ass niggas. I want to publish it and leave it in a time capsule because I'm afraid that true art and history and the beauty of this era have become oversaturated with fame, money, cars, and clothes. I told myself, I can get 100 dumb-ass niggas to write a poem. Now, I'm not accepting trash. And I'll tell you your shit's trash, for real, to your face. But I'll help you write it for free. I guess I really am a bitch-ass, real-ass nigga. That's my branding. B-A-R-A-N, brand, bitch-ass, real-ass nigga. I'll be happy if 2 people buy a shirt or even get a pen. Sorry, my ADHD be making me ramble sometimes. Are you still listening to this? Are you reading this? Right now, I told you this shit was done from the jump. I don't even know why you're listening anymore, man. Bruh, like, I really be bullshitting. Like, this is the end of the book. You could go, leave. Then the end was the lesson. Why are you even still reading this? Like, do you not get that I'm a troll? I think life is short, so I try to enjoy shit and do different shit. I'm different. My African friends are different. My Amsterdam friends are different. My German friends are different. My gay friends are different. My MAGA friends are different. I'll be a hypocrite to help understand other people. I'm wishy-washy and fair weather fan. I'm wishy-washy, a fair weather fan when it comes down to trends. As long as true love is in it. My definition of true love, not Webster. Have you ever seen a definition so piss poor? It's almost like they don't know what love is. It's almost if they're making money off of the lack of love and community. Nah, I'm just being crazy. Sorry, I'm a skeptic. Been to the loony bin, man. Niggas are really crazy out here. Are you still listening to this? You're still reading this right now. I can't even fucking believe it. What, you're waiting to learn something else about me? Waiting to give my best Donald Trump impression? Man, even when I'm rambling, you stuck to the end through all that. No, but I really am done. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for, just to get to know me a little bit. Like really even sitting through this, like this really meant the world to me. You guys brought me up out of my depression, and I really appreciate that. You're really helping me feed my dreams, and I hope you tune back in, because this is just the beginning. I didn't even edit anything that I did before. Like, all this joint was just off the top of the dome. Believe it or not. Y'all can believe me or not. But I'm not used to people accepting all of me. I'm just now coming out as an atheist. Undercover Christian, voodoo, Muslim, Hindu, dancing, singing, acting, fighting, shit talking, cartoon watching, bitch ass, real ass nigga. So it's going to take me a little time for me to really find my audience. Oh man, here comes the punchline. With your like and subscribes, this book is also an invitation to 30 of the closest people to me. I'm going to start doing poetry jams on my mom's birthday or anybody else's. And it's going to be May 19th in Charleston, South Carolina. So anytime you're going to be in that area, that'll where I'll be. There'll be love, poem talking, raw shit talking, pure passion, love. I made a bet with myself that my personal friends are better than social media. I truly believe my words are the best way to sell. In every field that I've ever been in, for marketing, for selling cars or selling insurance, I've always built my clientele off of word of mouth. Because I think my words are enough. I don't need social media. I don't need somebody promoting me, telling my story, all this other shit. So even if you guys don't necessarily agree or believe that I even look at the market or what I'm doing it for, I really appreciate it. Do not share this piece to anybody that wishes ill will against me. You got to be willing to die for this shit. Because the shit I'm talking about, people die for every day. We're not going to act like Steve Biko and the rest of them died by accident. It's just now coming out that Malcolm X, my fucking birthday brother, just now realized that they were plotting on him by the CIA, all this other shit. And I'm not saying that they looking for me like that. But I just know what it's like whenever you're gaining traction and people just want to tear you down. That's bitch-ass culture, cancel culture bullshit. So please, use this book like my mom treat her phone book. Only spread it if you have time to talk to somebody about it. Tell them what it meant to you for it. Tell them why they really need to listen to this and why we need to spread this and why I need to be president in 2028. Because that's my ambition. My ambition is to heal the world. And in order for me to do that, I have to chase it. A lot of people don't even know that they're hurt. But I digress. Let me scroll down. I'm not even going to read the rest of this bullshit because it doesn't even matter anyways. But I'll scroll down to this last part. For real. Like, I want $60 million. I'm going to be doing this as a fundraiser. Like, this project really is just a fundraise for myself and my family. Like, and anybody else that's coming behind me. But I want $60 million for a wellness center. If you really question my amount, go look up the wellness center that's in Newark, Delaware at the college. See how much that costs. And if I hit anything less, that'll be okay because I really am good with that. If I hit my goal of $10 million, I'll open a stand-up club right here in Charleston for people that are serious about their craft to come and hit it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, only if I make $1 million, I'll be able to pay off my house and start an aggressive savings account for my future so I can have more freedom to do the work that I want. Shit, if I only sold 30 copies, that'll be $900 to do my next poetry jam. If I sold one copy at least, I know that I tried and showed some love. Only in the only way that I could. But also, I could be Donald Trump and y'all niggas. So be wary of the crazies. That far left bullshit that'll make you look right, left, up, and down. I want to thank Donald. I appreciate all your efforts. Really showing me the value of the American dream. You brought me so much joy and togetherness, not only to me, but this entire country that I haven't seen since the Civil War. Man, did you make American... You see me, I'm messing up because I don't even take this shit serious. Man, did you make America great and safe. They tried to say that you were evading taxes. He takes mental health very seriously. Donald, he calls people retarded and crazy every day. He picks a new person every day because he really cares about mental health, man. Man, and also, does he speak his mind? How dare the 44th ever try to meet this kind of swagger? This motherfucker wore a tan suit. Obama, your boy, wore a tan suit. How un-American of this motherfucker. I heard he was related to bin Laden, and that's probably why he killed him too, because you know niggas always killing niggas. Same old shit. That's America for you. Them damn let it burn like Usher fans trying to replace real Americans. Gotta protect our borders. Don't forget that. We enslaved them and whipped their ass into submission and teach them the word of God so they're too scared to rise up against us and give them a holiday. But they still gotta work. Fucking freeloaders. Good thing we killed that nigga talking about dreams and shit. Bad for business. Man, thanks Donald J. Trump for letting me know that any fucking dirty ass, low down, dick sucking, pussy grabbing, crazy fucking fake ass religious antichrist wannabe that pleads the fifth is a fucking criminal and should be locked the fuck up. Just like my fucking cousin that got locked up for having and selling marijuana. How dare he try to cope outside the guidelines of society, the standards of society. It's shameful. And shame on my criminal cousin, my bitch ass, real ass nigga of a cousin. Good thing the great and never late Donald Trump never stole documents and pleaded the fifth, and he's a man of Jesus. Hold on, wait. You're telling me Biden got documents too? Fucking Pence got documents too? God damn, they gonna shake this tree. Obama falling out of that motherfucker? He got some documents too? Oh, he don't got none. Oh, okay. I don't think that's a coincidence. But I say this all to say, you still here? I'm really just rambling. I told you I had ADHD, man. Get the fuck out of here. Go live your life or something, man. Go look up a mental health book. Go fucking do something. Except be here. Go live your goddamn life. You really read all that. You really listened to all that. You really a bitch ass, real ass nigga too. You know what? I told y'all that was my last one, but I got some bonus ones for you. You know, that was just the advertisements and shit like that, just to keep you coming back. But just because I love y'all, and I know the second half was a little dreary and didn't really have a lot of poetic messages and shit, so I'm going to bless y'all with my last 3 poems. First one's called Gun Control. I never owned a gun in my life. The way I'm living, shit, I might not be doing it right. I always thought I used my hands when I got in a fight, but these hands don't be bullets, no matter the might. Well, shit, I try to use my words to let people understand. Not everybody should be walking around with death in their hands, because I seen how niggas act when shit be hitting the fan. When violence is involved, nothing goes according to plan. Damn, man, shit. I'm tired of being the odd man now. Apparently conversations of peace ain't what we talking about. So fuck it, I'm locked and loaded when I walk in the house, so fuck a gun reform. I'm gonna do something I ain't never done before. I'm gonna be the next gun owner to truly use the Second Amendment and what's intended for. Shit, I'm pro-gun now. Yeah, I'm living the American dream, where a kid can kill a bully because a nigga was mean, where you can make a hobby to have AR with a beam, where it's cool to have a gun while you sipping on lean, where after school shooting, oh man, it's funny as long as you're using a meme, where you can off a nigga because he fuck with your green and the officer can take your life. Now you fucking with green. Damn, man, shit. If you ain't from here, it's actually more fun than it seems. It's super fun. When your cousin, he put a slug in his brain. Mama found him slumping, now she ain't sleeping the same. Now all the family involved, we gotta sit with the pain. But, man, if y'all don't think this shit is fun, y'all niggas is lame, so fuck talking. That shit is redundant. I'd rather have a cannon when I argue in public. I impregnate you with this bullet when I aim at your stomach. Roe v. Wade. No aborting the bullet when I'm watching you plummet. Damn. I got a better definition of fun in a gun. Thank the NRA. Nah, for real. I think I'm a ton. Perfect example of accountability when the damage is done. You beware of the chance of raining bullets next time you bathe in the sun. Dumbass nigga with intelligences. I done told you, I'm a dumbass nigga with intelligence. Well, I lied. I think I got about 10 of them. My mental health and my routine all my life has just been negligent. 30 now, I learned my lesson. Now I gotta repent. 30 more lessons for my fellow bros, sis, even the sis bros and the bro sis. This the 30 laps after practice. All the reps I done missed don't make sense. How these people be chasing dollars, they should be chasing their dreams like Meek. Being a slave to the money, might as well bark and wear a spike collar. Realize working for the money made me mentally weak. Mental dependency and working for someone else? Oh shit, it's Stockholm Syndrome. Start to make you second guess your life whenever you pack a knockout zone. You should be second guessing your management whenever they tell you should be lucky to working for the business that they own. Even though I recently became mentally free, I'm physically trapped in a system that's not representing me. I gotta push my body to see exactly what I could be all these years of being a body with a mind instead of a mind with a body. Freeing others' mind with the physical grind of the pen is how I decided to pay my fee. I think of slaves when I think about my mental captivity. The things they had to go through. The dogs, the guns, the ropes, the rapes, etc. Oh shit, my bad. That happened to black folks when Dr. King was here, too. Oh, shit. My bad. Didn't they kill Malcolm X and Steve Biko and George Floyd, too? Oh, shit. My bad. They also got motherfuckers writing manifestos in New York shooting niggas in grocery stores. We'll be foolish to think there wouldn't be many more. Mental health awareness really started about 20 years ago or so, I get it. It's still fresh. Sometimes messages don't get to people that need it until later. Like Juneteenth. Some say, better late than never. I came from a military family where never late is better. Losers of the Civil War still following the footsteps of their forefathers. Changed the name of the slavery game, enslaved your brain, so we gotta be a little smarter, so I'm asking, begging. Don't hop or sign on this charter unless you truly understand what your brother here is trying to barter. And if you still don't know, after the first 30, oh man, it'll really be a bother. Well, if you're still hungry for lessons, well, fuck it. Here's your starter. And don't forget to leave a tip. Think of me as a new whip. My mind, body, and soul is the starter. How I ended up serving you, and I'm the one leaving tips. I'm cultivating a mindset where I can say, fuck them dollars, I'd rather be making sense. F fighting a nigga, I'd rather be making hits. Fuck guns, stop letting people design your brain with politics. F taking shots, I'd rather be taking a hit, but fuck taking. Let me see how much I can give. Fuck survival. I'm trying to show you people how to really live. And fuck YOLO. Normalize affirmations for your reincarnation. And fuck the American dream. When you know you got the dreams of many nations going to space stations. But fuck social media. Lacking that in-person social interaction. Fuck LMAO. I want to hear people laugh so hard it look like a distraction. Fuck Twitter fingers. Talk that shit in my face. Let me see a real reaction. Fuck Facebook. Make you think angry and sad faces never existed. And fuck caring for people that don't care for me. It's a bit dismissive, but fuck not caring. For others, it's the only way to know if you ever existed. Fuck people not understanding my words because they didn't take the time to read or listen. If you got triggered or don't agree with the way I cultivate my neural knowledge of myself, the way my mental freedom I'm teaching, for you, you might want to go somewhere else. No more throwing my precious pearls to swine, knowing my words will always stand the test of time, knowing my lessons are nothing new or even divine. I used to fear death. Now I welcome it. I feel immortalized. Blessed to leave the lessons for the future of mankind, knowing there was a nigga from 93 trying to be the man that's kind. So let's see how many people will get on this Underground Railroad when it comes down to your mind. hate on me. I hate when people hate me. So it may seem that I people please, but please believe I do get angry, but I hate when people hate me. Always make me second guess talking one-on-one because I don't know if we'll make it out safely. Shit, I hate when people hate me. Sadly, you don't realize hate is derived from a false perspective. Traumas from our past, physically, mentally, spiritually neglected and disrespected, making it easy when you have a sense of self for your hate to be reflected. I understand now. Hate only comes from self and our expectations of what we cannot control. Like a dad hating on his daughter whenever she wanted to work a pole. What we identify begins to take its toll. And there comes a point in life where you got to understand, my brothers and sisters, that you are not the main role. But even extras in the movie get some of the best lines. Don't you remember Ezel? So what do? How do I keep you from hating me and I from hating you? Well, this might sound naive, but I want to say, I don't know what the future holds. But to the person that wishes ill will against me, I'm going to be bold. Even if you might give me a Julius Caesar one day, maybe you might want to find the perfect moment that has something slick to say. You might try to be disrespectful and talk to my wife thinking you get some play. You might try to influence my children to drink alcohol against my wishes. Shit, you might be plotting on me now, leave me swimming with the fishes, and you might try to shoot me in my cranium, leave my innards splattered on the living room floor. You might try to talk shit on my culture when I'm not around. You might poke fun at these poems with your peeps when I'm not wrong. You might be salivating from your motherfucking teeth, waiting for me to stumble, eagerly waiting for me so you can kick me while I'm down. I won't frown. But I want you to know now, if you ever had that in your mind at all, I genuinely love you. Hate that anything that I may have done could cause your hate to grow grass as tall as the jungle. I may be humble, but bitch, I did not mumble. I hate when you hate me. But loving you too much is making me sick. Trauma from my childhood gave me a need for attachment. Taking care of others was the reason I ticked. Taking on too much of others' pain made my mind, body, and soul have a vicious detachment. Believe me, when I say our souls will forever be intertwined, but leaning on you too much left me a bill and on my spirit, and it's time to start running from the fine. I love you more than 5,842 quintillion tons, but I love myself the same. Life with you, sweeter than 1,001 honey buns, so you know our cavity's insane. No disrespect, I give a fuck if you hate me. In order to love you and the world properly, I gotta be selfish and love myself first. And go ahead, hate on me. My pragma and agape is my eternal property. The philosophy of hard love can only quench my thirst. Hating me? Shit, it's the same as hating yourself. Hating myself? Shit, that's the same as hating you. That's why I hate when people hate me. I loathe hating myself. Depression took me to places I never wanted to explore. I love, man, I love when people love me. So I can prove to the world undeniably how much I love you more.